What's up everyone, welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. And in today's video, we are in North Carolina.
We are staying in the Topsail area. There's a lot to do in this little area. We only stayed there for 2 weeks, so we didn't get a whole lot of time to explore.
And we worked most of the time.
Welcome to the new theme.
So we're going to talk a little bit about where we stayed and then 2 places that we visited while we were in that area that we think you should add to your list.
Yes, and then we also went to dinner in a couple different areas, so we'll also give you a couple of restaurants that we visited while there. That way, if you're going to the area, we've already checked the restaurants out, so we know they're good.
Yep. All right, we stayed at Harbor Point, which is part of the Thousand Trails Encore network,
which is the Trails Collection package.
Yep. And it was okay. It wasn't anything special to it. It does have a cool little kind of like boardwalk / pier that you can walk out on.
Takes you out to the water.
Yeah, it's nothing super fancy. There the amenities were decent, so like the laundry room and the bathrooms were pretty good.
They have a really nice pool.
However, our entire site was nothing but anthills.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Which could just be the season, because we were there in June, but it was anthills everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean, our entire yard was full of anthills. Our neighbors was anthills and so on. I don't think they treat the areas at all.
Yeah. So while we enjoyed being in that park, and it was a nice quiet park, and had plenty of walking trails to go on, and the dog park was all sandy also, so our dogs didn't go in there, because if you have a doodle, it's really hard to get sand out of their fur.
This isn't their fault, but there was a lot of mosquitoes because you're right next to the river.
Yeah. And
so just be prepared for that if you're going to stay there. Obviously they can't do much about that, but the ants, I feel like they could have controlled a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of them.
The campground itself is a decent park. It does have low-hanging trees on a few of the roads, so to come out of the park you have to go on the opposite side.
You drive down the wrong side of the road to get back out.
Yeah, so which they tell you, it tells you on the fence to RV's exit on this lane. So just be mindful of that if you visit that area. We're going to tell you about some of those places and show you pictures / videos of what we did.
All right, before we jump into this video, we want to take a minute to talk about our mattress from rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Our mattress, you guys have heard us talk about this before. We absolutely love it. There's a link in the description that is rvmattress.com/strange.
They have 4 different types of mattresses, a bunch of different firmness options, all your different sizes and shapes, and, all of those things. It's a wonderful company. They're right here in the United States.
Yep, they're actually out of Phoenix, Arizona, but it's free shipping for you anywhere in the United States.
And they have a 120-night guarantee, so that if you do not absolutely love your mattress, you can send it back to them or call them and let them know that you're not happy. And
we got the Aurora Luxe, and let me tell you, it's so luxurious. It's so nice. We absolutely love this, and we have the medium firmness because she likes very soft. She wants to sleep in a cloud. I need a little bit firmer for my back since I've had some back problems in the past, so we settled on medium. Works perfect.
It does work perfect for us, so it's one of our favorite features. If you guys are interested in that, check it out.
Follow the link, rvmattress.com/strange. When we got there, our first stop was Saltwater, which is a grill.
Yep.
And we stopped at a candy store too, which had amazing saltwater taffy.
Yes. So the Saltwater Grill, I think it was like really good food, and it had the beautiful view of the water. So we sat outside, and it was our friend's birthday, so they brought him a piece of pie and some happy birthday and all of that. So that was fun. And then right in the same parking lot is the candy store. So it's called Rocket Fizz, and they had like root beer bottles everywhere, so anything, like tons of different flavors of soda bottles. And then they also had a huge wall of saltwater taffy, and you can pick your own and put it in a bag, and you pay by the bag, not by the pound. Some of the best saltwater taffy we've had in a long time.
After that, we went to the Turtle Hospital.
Yes.
And the Turtle Hospital was really cool because what they do is they actually go out and rescue turtles, try to rehabilitate them, and if they can't rehabilitate them, they find a home for them.
Yes.
And they represent basically all the species of turtles that actually nest on the beaches around that area.
Yeah, and it started because a lady named Jean Beasley and her daughter Karen found turtle nests, and they found that in that area there wasn't anybody to protect the nest or to make sure that the babies got back to the ocean. So they found a need and they filled it. And so they started this turtle hospital out of a little shed, and then now they're in a big building. So it's the Karen Beasley Sea Turtle Hospital Rescue and Rehabilitation Center.
Yep.
So it's like $7 to tour it, so not very expensive at all. And they do a lot of work, so that money goes towards helping fund all of the need in the area. Now, fun fact, because it's the Topsail Turtle project of how many nests are in that area for the year. So for 2024, there was 104 nests that they marked, and so far for 2025, there's only been 12. Hopefully, that number will rise over the next month or so.
It was really cool. You just kind of walk through and you have a guide. It's a guided tour. It doesn't take very long. You're going to be there less than an hour, unless you just spend extra time in the gift shop. You can just kind of walk through and it shows you the process and gives you just more information about the turtles. These people spend their time and they devote their time and actually volunteer their time to help in the sea turtles. So it's really cool what they're doing there. Yeah. Go spend a couple hours there. You do have to sign up ahead of time and pick a time slot, and your group will meet up outside and then they'll take you in.
Yep.
So just be mindful of that. Make sure you sign up ahead of time.
The destination is on your left, North Carolina Aquariums.
Next place you need to visit while you're in the Topsail, North Carolina area would be the North Carolina Aquarium, Fort Fisher.
Yes, which is actually a really cool aquarium. We thought we had been to that one before, but it turns out we went to the one that was closer to the Outer Banks. Mm-hmm. We are down in North Carolina. We are working our way to Virginia, and we are in the Topsail area, and we decided, what is there to do around here other than go to the beach? So there's an aquarium, there's lighthouses, there is a Civil War museum.
Well, yeah, like a visitor center.
Mm-hmm. And so there's tons of things in the area to do, so we figured why not come check out the aquarium.
Yeah. So come with us as we check out the North Carolina Aquarium.
You can get to it two different ways. You can come the beach path, or you can go around the outside and then take a ferry over.
Yeah, the ferry seemed like it would be a really cool ride, except it was full, so we didn't get to do it.
Yes.
We tried. The aquarium is actually set up so you should buy your tickets ahead of time as well. You can buy them when you get to the window, however they will tell you you should purchase your tickets ahead of time. That aquarium is based on the ecosystem that you're going to find in the surrounding area. So you'll see river otters and different types of fish and a couple of alligators. I didn't realize alligators were that far north, but
they had
there they are.
They had an albino alligator as well.
Yeah, he was kind of crazy looking.
I thought he was fake, and he has everywhere that he's green is actually moss and not his pigment of his skin.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty neat.
And then, I was thinking that they were just brought up there for display, but then you go outside and there's this little pond and there's an alligator out there too, so I guess they do go up that far north. They have some freshwater fish. They also have saltwater fish. They have a huge tank in there that has like a shark, a bonnethead shark, which looks a lot like a hammerhead.
Yeah, it's just smaller.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And then a sea turtle that's in there, a massive eel. Like the aquarium is really cool.
Yeah, they also have a touch tank where you can touch
the anemones.
Yeah, and that's the little crabs.
Hermit crabs.
Hermit crabs. They have hermit crabs in there, and then the anemones that will actually like tickle your fingers. They tell you to put your like knuckle on it, and it will like grab.
It grabs you, and you're actually being stung, but they don't have enough juice to make you feel it.
Yeah, so a little fish would feel it, but our fingers don't feel it, so
right.
It's pretty awesome. And then we also got to see the sea turtle that's on display outside of the big aquarium as well. Mm-hmm. It's right there at the touch tank. So they have two sea turtles in their exhibits just separated. So that was pretty cool.
That was neat.
And then my favorite part is the tanks where the jellyfish and the seahorses and all of that's at. So I spent the most time in that area.
Yeah, it's not massive. It's not huge compared to like some of the bigger ones in the country.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job with it. So
yeah, it's a nice flow also.
And then they have the jaws of a megalodon. So we actually stood behind it. Our entire family could fit in the mouth of this thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not around still, but it was just really cool. Has a lot of features.
And then as you work your way out, they have a exit that is actually like a walkway path through the trees and brush and stuff, and there's like box turtles and things like that out there.
Supposed to be a bald eagle as well, but he was out on leave.
Yeah.
He took a PTO day.
But yeah, so if you're in that area in Topsail, go check out the aquarium because it was definitely worth a day visit. I think the North Carolina aquarium is cute. It has like really cute otters and a bunch of like the fish, but it doesn't have any of the big items like the Georgia aquarium where, you know, the whales, the dolphins, things like that.
It's nice to kill a couple hours.
Yeah, and it was only $12 a person to get in. It's cheaper if you are a senior or a child or have military discounts, anything like that.
First responders.
Yeah, but for us it was $12 a person to get in. But I think it was definitely worth the drive and the time to go around it because it's got all the things that we love. So,
on to the next adventure.
on to the next adventure.
Tomorrow we travel.
We're going to the Outer Banks.
Outer
tomorrow.
Banks. We'll be in Kill Devil Hills, and we're going to show you guys what the Outer Banks is like.
Get to eat at one of our favorite restaurants called Jolly Rogers.
Yeah.
They're really good for breakfast. I don't know about dinner, but
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so those are a few places that you can travel while you're in that area and go see. And if you want to see the coast a little bit more, recommend going up to Emerald Isle. We drove up that way and just kind of check out the beaches and stuff like that.
yeah, there's also a really good pizza restaurant on the beach, and as well as a Mexican restaurant down the street from the campground. So
Lots of food.
We'll put the names of those in the description just so that you have them for if you decide to check it out.
Yep. If you've ever been to the Outer Banks, very similar beaches.
Yep.
You know, it kind of changes as you get further south, but those are very similar to the Outer Banks.
So we enjoyed our time in that area.
Now next week we will be in the Outer Banks, and so we're going to show you guys a little bit more of what North Carolina has to offer on the coast.
Yes.
So make sure you hang around next week for that.
Yes.
All right, well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe.
Please ring the bell so you get notified when we release our next video.
Until the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.